Today we're going to be talking about the 1847 Colt Walker. Now this is a reproduction by Birdie. An interesting thing about the Colt Walker is it was Colt's last ditch effort to save himself, and he kind of lucked into it. After his failure with the Colt Patterson in 1836, he was in bankruptcy. It was underpowered, it was delicate and fragile. The drop-away trigger, no trigger guard, is just a bad design. A lot of design flaws in that firearm. The Patterson was mostly used by the cavalry troops of the U.S. Army, and they saw promise in the ability to have a revolving firearm, to fire 6 shots or 5 shots in the case of the Patterson, as opposed to 1 shot with the single-shot pistols and rifles of the time. Samuel Walker approached Samuel Colt to make something that was more powerful, had the range and accuracy of a rifle, and was not going to break. Well, here's what Samuel Colt came up with. It was the 1847 Colt Walker, 44 caliber, capable of holding 60 grains of powder behind a 44 ball, 9-inch barrel. It's just a massive, massive arm of the times. Now, about 1,100 of these were produced and distributed. 1,000 were allocated to the U.S. Army for the cavalry troops, and 500 troops or soldiers received 2, along with one of these little powder canteens here. Okay, it's got an adjustable spout, and I'll get into this in a moment. It is garbage, to say the least. Now, that means 100 of them, approximately, were set aside for the civilian market. Now, the civilian market, if you were lucky enough to sink your lunch hooks into one of these, you were going to be very, very proud of it. You were going to be proud to have the latest, greatest, and most powerful revolving firearm of the day. And you were going to want to show that off, and you were going to let everybody know that you had it. Which brings me to my next point. A lot of people claim that the Colt Walker was never worn on the hip in a holster. Well, I can't say that it was or it wasn't, but I can say that if you had one of these, like I said, you were going to be very, very proud of it, and you were going to want to show it. And holsters were coming into fashion in the late 1840s and 1850s, especially the California or the Slim Jim holster was coming into fashion, and I'm pretty sure someone would have worn this because just the sheer size of this and seeing it would kind of thwart any criminal activity toward your person back in that day. It's just massive. So let's move on to a holster. Now, this particular holster is made by Western Star Leather. It is a California or Slim Jim style holsters. Some had the trigger cut out, some didn't back in the late 40s and early 1850s. And of course it did not have a toe plug. Those didn't come into fashion until the late 1850s, early 1860s. So it's just open. You could get kind of mud and dirt inside the barrel. You wouldn't want that to happen if you were going to fire the weapon. And of course it has a little notch there for the belt, a little loop. Now, Western Star Leather makes excellent, excellent holsters, excellent gear. It's an amazing company. Go take a look at them. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. But this is of the style of the 1840s and 1850s. Let's see how it fits. It is a perfect fit. It is actually, it fits well enough that on the way out, as you draw the Walker, you can cock it while it's still inside the holster. Before you even clear leather, you can cock it on the way out. Excellent, excellent fit, excellent quality. Special thanks to Western Star. You guys are amazing. Speaking of style, most people, when they think of the Old West or pioneers going to the West, they think of the Stetson hat, or the Stetson style or traditional Western style hat. But it was actually the bowler or derby hat that was the most popular in the West. even up until the late 1870s and 1880s, because Stetson didn't really come onto the scene until the late 1870s, and the bowler hat was actually called the hat that saved the West. That's very interesting. Now this particular hat was made by Bailey of Hollywood. Very, very quality, very, very good quality. It is a firm wool felt. Excellent, excellent quality. They sent this to me, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And I'm going to leave a link to Bailey of Hollywood, or Bailey Hats, in the description below. Go over there and check them guys out. You're going to find something that you want and or need if you're into hats. Let's take a closer look at this walker here. It's excellent, excellent, excellent quality. And as you can see, these grips are not the stock grips from Uberti. They're not the wooden grips. This is a polymer grip. It is from a company called Sudden Impact Pistol Grips, and he makes grips for all kinds of arms. This is a one-piece grip. You don't have to glue anything together. It's kind of a tan, aged ivory color. It's a decent grip. It does feel good in the hand. It doesn't slip. Awesome, awesome grip there. It's pretty good quality. My stock grips are currently at another company, which I will be going over very soon, that makes excellent, excellent grips. Excellent, superb grips. But Sudden Impact, he makes grips for all kinds of arms. If you want to go over and check him out, I'm going to leave a link in the description to his eBay store. Alright, now as you can see, the 9-inch barrel in the cylinder, and of course the hammer. The hammer is rather large and protrudes quite far when it is fully cocked. Uberti makes an excellent, excellent reproduction. They're one of the top producers right now, them and Pieta. Alright, now with the Colt Walker, you've got almost 5 pounds in your hand and at the end of your wrist. So it takes a little bit to hold it out there and fire it for long periods, especially if you're firing offhand with one hand. The biggest complaint is the loading lever, how it drops down. Now there is something you can do about that, and you can keep it from doing that without modifying and adding things to the arm itself. Now listen, I'm currently pulling it. And listen. Did you hear it snap into place? And I'll show you what I've done. Hook here, the little keeper, it is flattened down. I flattened that with a flat needle file. Now, if you watch on the inside, you'll see it go in and then hook into place. It actually hooks over. That's what you have to do. You have to take some of that material down. I'm trying to open it. You have to take some of the material down and in just a little bit until it's able to go over that lip with a flat edge, and you'll never have that problem again. Never. Scroll work on the cylinder. This one is unfired and new, of course. But we're going to change that today. As I was saying about the powder flask that was issued to the troops with the Walker, it is adjustable. You adjust with this little screw here. You loosen that and it extends out and in I believe 5 grain increments. The issue with the spout is the inside. Pull it apart here and show you. Here you have the little openings where powder goes into either side. You have to modify those quite a bit in order for them to allow enough powder to go through, especially if you have a
humidity issue, you're in a high humidity area, the powder's just not going to go in, and the troops were complaining that it would not give two measurements exactly the same, in which it will not. The powder will clump up and you will never get the exact amount twice. So it made it loading very, very difficult. Not to mention the design. You have to go past the frame and all that. Another feature is it had this little flap door, and you could hold extra balls in there. That's what made it kind of a unique thing, where you had your powder and your balls together, but it just wasn't a very good design. It was designed to be carried upside down by a strap, and the powder is supposed to collect in the spout down here and then go into the chamber, but you would never get two measurements exactly the same. It was a good idea, but it just didn't work in real world time. It just didn't.
Another accessory I'd like to talk to you guys about are canes, or a walking stick. A lot of gentlemen back in this era carried canes or walking sticks. And some of you may not know, or a lot of you may not know, I use a cane in my daily life. I have to use a cane to assist me to walk. And I can say that some of the canes that your insurance companies pay for are absolute garbage. I can say that. The VA, the cane that was provided to me by the VA was absolute trash. It wasn't worth having. And I know most of you may know someone that uses a cane in their daily life, and they could probably use a better cane. This was a cane that was sent to me by House of Canes. This is a very comfortable chrome grip, all wood construction, very quality, very smooth. It doesn't hurt the hand to use it when you walk. It's a very quality piece. Go over to House of Canes and check these guys out. Get somebody a gift of a quality cane. You could be changing their life by doing so. Alright, let's go ahead and test this walker for accuracy.
Now we're going to be loading the walker with paper cartridges that I make, the way that I make them in my method. If you missed that video, I'm going to put it right up here. You can click on that at the end of the video. Alright, let's go ahead and get it loaded up. And the way these cartridges work, you go to half cock, you turn your cylinder slightly, and you put the cartridge in like so. Kind of turn it to the side and get it to slide down in there. Then you just rotate as usual. And ram it on down. There we go. And the top of that paper, as you can see, comes right off with the lead ring. It comes right out. Like so. And we're going to be using number 10 Remington percussion caps. All right, let's get it loaded up and we'll see how she does. Okay, it is starting to rain just a little bit, but we are all loaded up. And there is our target. It's approximately 25 or 30 yards away. Let's see how the walker does. Hang fire. Alright, let's see how she did. Now there were a few hang fires, so I've got 4 here, 4, and 2 I do not see. Now one word of caution, always make sure what is beyond your bullet stop or your catch. For me it's 100 acres of empty woods, so just be safe in case you go past or shoot through your intended target. Oh, here's the 5th one down here. Right there. Right here. Alright, let's get her loaded back up and try again. Alright, we are loaded back up. Let's try this again. Alright, let's see how we did this time. Alright, much better results this time. You see the first grouping way out here and the second grouping. I was trying to kind of hurry up. It is starting to rain, but not a bad group, I'd say. Not bad. Alright, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and of course thank all of the product sponsors that sent these products, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, and while you're down there, you might as well subscribe. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned because the next video is going to be pretty exciting. Alright, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you in the next video.